Hey there, and welcome to Workforce Pulse, the podcast for recruitment and staffing founders who are ready to grow, scale, and shake up the industry. I'm your host, Kirutika Munusamy, and I'm so glad that you're here. This is where we have real, no nonsense conversation about what it takes to build a thriving business in recruitment and staffing. Forget the fluff. We're all about strategies that actually work, shared by the people who've been there and done it. A quick shout out to our sponsor, Ambrosial Automations. At Ambrosial Automations, we are kind of your behind the scene growth partner. We help recruitment and staffing businesses streamline their operation, bring in quality leads, boost sales, and scale, all without the risky upfront costs. So we don't succeed unless you do, because we work on a revenue share model. If you're curious about how it works, head over to ambrosialautomations.com for a free 12-month growth plan that is tailored just for you. All right, let's dive in. Joining us today is Kumar Mangala, the founder and CEO of Capital Data Corp, a talent solution firm specializing in IT, ERP, and data science staffing. With over 30 years of experience in the staffing industry, Kumar is not only the seasoned entrepreneur, but also mentor committed to guiding the next generation of professionals. Under his leadership, Capital Data has earned spot in the Inc. 5000 and Philadelphia 100 list as one of the fastest growing private companies. Kumar, thanks for joining us today.
Thank you, Kirutika. That was the longest and lovely introduction. Thank you so much for that.
Yes.
Grateful to be a part of this program.
Yeah, the pleasure is all ours. Okay. So, Kumar, tell us more about yourself, your background, and the role within Capital Data Corp.
Yeah, so I wear multiple hats at Capital Data, but the one that I really uh, treasure the most is working with our customers, making sure that what we delivered, we promised, but also working with my team members, mentoring them, helping them grow. And that's the role that I love. Formally, though, I'm the CEO and the founder of the company. I also responsible for some of the big relationships in terms of clients, in terms of
Mhm.
new hires into the company, and pretty much that's where it stops at the moment.
Great, great. So, are there any big trends that you're seeing in the industry right now?
Well, you couldn't really have a professional conversation these days without talking about artificial intelligence and
Right.
Gen AI and things like that. So that's a huge big trend. So we're watching out. We're looking at that. There are other, challenges or other new things on the horizon in terms of shifting landscapes and
Hmm.
shifting political landscapes and things of that sort. But at the technology end of things, we're just watching out for the potential, the full potential of Gen AI.
Hmm.
I think there was a shortage of intelligence, and I think now we're going to live in a period of abundance of intelligence. So,
That's right.
what that's going to do is going to, I think, just unleash a whole host of really very fascinating things. So, looking forward to it.
That's right. Okay. So, how are you implementing AI? Like you mentioned, that's the big trend that you're observing. How are you implementing AI in your day to day or your business?
In a big way. And one of the things at the start of this year, and even approaching into this year, we keep repeating within our internal team members is to leverage all kinds of Gen AI products in our everyday
Hmm.
uh, working, whether it's in terms of, it's not just in terms of job postings or
Hmm.
resumes read better and things of that sort, but I think the more we are implementing Gen AI capabilities within our business, the more we're seeing really positive results. But it's communication with the customers, things
Yeah.
of that nature. But we're going to the next level. Well, in terms of business planning, in terms of understanding how we could serve a customer better
Hmm.
with better research and intelligence and things of that sort.
Okay.
So we're really, fully embracing the Gen AI capabilities.
Hmm.
Uh, it's at this point there's no specific, integration with certain specific products. We're looking what's out there and trying to embrace whatever new products that are coming in.
Hmm.
Leveraging in. Some of them work, some of them don't,
Yeah.
and so we're just in full on R&D mode at the moment.
That's great. Okay. So, explain more on the subsectors of recruitment that you're your company focuses on, so that our audiences are caught up on that.
Yeah, absolutely. Our business is talent, right? And we're of the opinion that the right people stay. Whether it's for our internal hiring needs or
Mm-hmm.
whether we approach a client search project, that's the bedrock principle. The right people stay.
Mm-hmm.
And what are the right people? Who are the
Right.
right people? The right people are really individuals not that only possess the hard skills, but also match up in terms of the corporate culture, the expectations for the role, all of the nuances that go with the position, right?
Got it.
And a deep dive in understanding what those needs are,
Mm-hmm.
and then making sure that we are going back into the marketplace and understanding who the resources that are a good fit for this client
Mm-hmm.
is really at the heart of what we do. And there are a couple of things that we do as a company really well. And
Mm-hmm.
that's headhunting, um, understanding a client's needs really well, and then going back and creating a strategy, a talent acquisition strategy of where are these resources available. Very often, our clients reach out because most of the positions are very hard to fill,
Mm-hmm.
and we know that they're not. Most of the skill sets that our clients reach out to are resources that are a handful in the country, and so therefore, what we would do is identify those individuals
Mm-hmm.
and then essentially articulate to them in a ways that are that gives the client a complete picture, gives the candidate a complete picture of the opportunity.
Got it. Got it. So when it comes to the positions that you mentioned that are difficult to fill, can you give some examples on the job titles, the description?
Absolutely. So these are mid to senior level positions.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, these are individuals that are typically our clients tend to be in the public sector, which is state and local government.
Mm-hmm.
Also, we do a lot of work in higher ed, both universities as well as K through 12 education. And then, of course, a lot of work in the commercial space, whether it's a healthcare organization or manufacturing. Where we tend to do really well is the legacy back office applications, functions such as HR,
Mm-hmm.
finance, operations, that sort of a thing.
Got
And
it.
this is really at the intersection of enterprise software and functions like HR and finance, like I was mentioning to you.
Mm-hmm.
Often, many of these positions are somewhat technology focused, although we approach it technology agnostic, but we tend to see the big three quite often: Oracle, SAP, Workday,
Mm-hmm.
that kind of thing, right?
Yeah.
So HR finance is often repeat areas of focus that we see. So the office of the CFO, the office of the CHRO, and levels two and three below that, like VP of
Okay.
finance or VP of finance applications, or a director of HRIS applications, human resource information systems, right? So those are some of the positions that we typically fill. These are, put another way, these are positions that are earning somewhere between 200 to $350,000. That
Okay.
happens to be our sweet spot.
Okay. That's great. Okay. So now we talked about the trends. Can you also tell us about the challenges that you're seeing with the current sector of hiring that you're doing for the companies?
I think our challenge seems to be pretty much consistent over time, and that
Mm-hmm.
is every year it'll be a new technology challenge. A new technology has been rolled out, and our clients are trying to um, invest in that new technology to gain a competitive advantage, right?
Yeah.
And in doing so, this technology is new. There's not much experience out there, and
Yeah.
so they invest in the software, but they don't have enough capable, experienced resources. So they go into the market with traditional approaches, post a job, and hope that somebody applies to it.
Yeah.
We have a ton of applications. There's no dearth of candidates applying for those positions, excepting that none of them are qualified, not
Yeah.
even remotely. So they end up spending a lot of time and money
Mm-hmm.
posting these jobs and receiving all the wrong applicants, and now they have to spend time going through each resume
Yeah.
just in case one of those 200 or 300 candidates that applied isn't a great match,
Yeah.
right? So and they spend a good bit of 3 or 4 months only to realize, okay, none of them are a good fit.
Got it. Yeah.
That's when their patience is tested, the project is under serious threat of not going live, and steps in a company like Capital Data to essentially help with the searches. So that we are kind of rescue as far as executive search, mid-level positions. That's what we do.
That's great. Okay. So, are there any big initiatives that Capital Data Corp is working on at the moment?
Yes, several such searches that we're working on. I think some of the key new initiatives that we have at Capital End is we've started new spin-offs from having experienced tremendous success with our Dream Hire service. Our Dream Hire service is essentially a retained executive search
Mm-hmm.
uh, for these niche positions in the enterprise software space. We've done really well, gotten some great client testimonials and all of that. And so, with the business growing rapidly, we've launched two new services. One of them is called Legal Capital. It's
Mm-hmm.
a brand that is entirely focused on helping law firms
Yeah.
attract attorneys and partners and paralegals and you name it, right? Not just for law firms, but also for firms in, I mean, corporations, right? The in-house counsel, so we
Mm-hmm.
could help them. So that legal capital is focused on that. And then we have yet another entity that we just recently spun off. It's called Energy Capital. And
Mm-hmm.
Energy Capital is also focused on energy industry, specifically both renewables energy as well as old world fossil fuels, right? Um, both are areas that are tremendously growing
Yeah.
as we see. So we're helping them with identifying chemical engineering and other kinds of engineers with both enterprise software as well as AI capabilities.
Mm-hmm.
So those are two new initiatives that we are focused on at the moment.
Oh, that's amazing. We'd love to know more about what the legal and the energy sector capital that you're focusing on. But at the moment, to keep the podcast short, let's move on to our
Sure.
next point. Okay, so what opportunities lie ahead for Capital Data Corp?
Oh, I think the opportunities are just plentiful because I think the way we see it is we work at the intersection of enterprise software talent and various functions within an organization.
Mm-hmm.
And I think with the um, the coming of AI and the embedding of Gen AI capabilities within enterprise software, we do believe that there's going to be massive agentification of enterprise software. That's the future of what's coming.
Yeah.
And as a result, we expect that businesses are going to, they have already been investing massively. One of the companies that we have a strategic and a very long term relationship is
Mm-hmm.
Oracle.
Yeah.
Oracle is a very big part of what we do. I personally manage our relationship with Oracle, which goes back some 20 plus years.
Mm-hmm.
And Oracle's made some big, giant news waves in terms of their investment in AI. They're together in a very strategic investment in making about $500 billion worth of investment in AI, building one of the largest data centers in
Yeah.
US. But additionally, I think Oracle just by themselves with their product have recently launched about 50 new agents
Mm-hmm.
for their enterprise applications. These are brand spanking new, right? So it's going to take some understanding of how to help customers implement them and
Yeah.
how to help customers get the best return on investment. And that's something we're still in the process of understanding and learning.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's an opportunity for us, I think, in the near future.
Yeah, okay, got it. Okay, so tell us about the priorities and goals that you have set for Capital Data Corp this year.
Yeah, I think our priorities and goals are pretty simple. I mentioned to you that Legal Capital and Energy Capital are two brand new brands that we've launched, and our intention is to get them fully uh, implemented in terms of and our intention is by the end of the year to generate a healthy amount of revenue and establish ourselves within those legal and energy marketplaces. So that's really what's on our mind at the moment.
Okay, and obviously to learn more about the Oracle agent so that you can help your clients out. Yeah, that's another.
That that would be another one that's a part of
Yeah,
our legacy business. I'm surprised I'm calling it a legacy business, but we've been only around for less than 10 years, about 9+ years. But I think things happen at a crazy clip, and if you're
yeah.
not constantly innovating, you are a part of the past, right? So yes, our legacy business is really focused on Oracle,
Mm-hmm.
and that's very centric to our main company. And yes, the agentification of Oracle is a huge opportunity where I believe will be occupying our mindsets at the moment.
Great, great. So, what is other than all this? What is Capital Data Corp's vision for the next 2 to 3 years?
Yeah, that's a great question. I must say that I haven't thought through that.
Okay.
I haven't thought through that, and although we do have a slightly longer term vision
Mm-hmm.
of growing the company into a $30 million enterprise software search and staffing company by the year 2030. The slogan internal to Capital is 30 by 30.
Mm-hmm.
But the shorter term 2 to 3 year plan I haven't really thought through. We are more focused on the very very short term, which
Yeah.
is this quarter and next quarter. This is the last week. We're recording this on March 24th, which is the last week in the first quarter. I'm happy to report that the first quarter went off fairly well.
Uh-huh.
We're excited about the upcoming year. I think there are many challenges, and
Yeah.
our focus is really to focus on all of these challenges and come out on the other side
Yeah.
uh, not as badly touched. So that's our intention, is to stay focused.
Great, great. Okay, so that's a wrap for today's episode of Workforce Pulse. Huge thanks to our guest Kumar for sharing his incredible insights on all the topics. Now, before we go, Kumar, where can people find you if they want to connect and know more about your work?
Yeah, I'm on LinkedIn. That's a place that I hang out a lot.
Mhm.
And, directly, my phone number is 215-512-2012. You could also reach me by way of email, which is KMAN at capitaldata.com. And capital is with a K.
Got it. Yes, perfect. So make sure you follow Kumar on LinkedIn and check out Capital Data Corp's website. To our listeners, if you enjoyed today's episode, don't forget to subscribe, leave a review, and share this episode with someone who needs to hear it. And one more time, if you're stuck in the grind of manual processes or struggling to grow, we can help you optimize operations, bring in leads that convert, boost sales, and scale without the upfront risk. Head over to ambrosialautomations.com to get your free custom 12-month growth plan. All right, that's it for today. Thanks again, Kumar. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. Let's build, grow, and keep the workforce pulse alive. See you next time.
Thank you, Kirutika.